We are here with Alexis Richardson with Dare to Care. How's it going, Alexis?
It's going well.
So, Alexis, we are talking about Dare to Care, obviously, and how your mission sort of impacts the local community here in Louisville in southern Indiana. So, without further ado, how does your mission sort of, impact this local area?
Yeah, well, we serve 13 counties. So we have 8 counties in Kentucky, and then we have 5 counties in southern Indiana. And so what that looks like is last year we did 22 million meals across those 2 states. And we know that every day the numbers are rising in terms of people in need. So 1 in 6 individuals are experiencing food insecurity right now.
Yeah, so 1 in 6 individuals in our community are experiencing food insecurity. How is that really impacting our community? Food insecurity impacting people?
Yeah, I mean, if you don't have the nourishment you need to show up for school, how can you learn? If you don't have, your body's not fueled, how do you show up for work?
Right.
And so many parents are saying they're skipping out on meals because they don't have enough to feed themselves and their kid.
Yeah.
So their kid's eating and they're going without.
Yeah, and nobody wants that.
Yeah.
So for Dare to Care and for the money raised in this little community, where is that money going? Where are people going to see that money?
Yeah, so Dare to Care has a lot of different programs that we operate. So we have school pantries, so you can check your local school and see if they have a pantry. This food will go towards that. Donations will go towards that. Same with our prescriptive pantry, which feeds seniors, so people who can't get out of their homes. We're making frozen meals for seniors.
Nice.
That way they can easily microwave it. They don't have to stand over a stove.
Yeah.
And then we also have after-school programs. So think about your Boys and Girls Clubs, your YMCAs. We're providing the food that kids eat when they're at resource centers and places like that.
Yeah, and so those frozen foods would be considered more non-perishable goods. And we were talking off camera about, sort of the numbers and the impact that Kroger is seeing from Dare to Care, or Dare to Care is seeing from Kroger.
Yeah.
What are some of those numbers that people can look towards and see, the impactfulness that you all are doing?
Yeah, so we did like 27 million pounds last year.
What? 27 million?
27 million. 12% of that came from Kroger.
Wow.
Yeah, so 12% of that total distribution came from Kroger, providing food that we're able to put back into the community for free.
Wow. If my math is correct, I think that's like 3 million pounds.
Yeah.
That's a wild number there. So, why should local families really care about Dare to Care? I mean, I know why local families should, but in your own words.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should care because hunger is one of those things that you don't often see. And so you don't necessarily know if your neighbor is experiencing food insecurity. You don't know if the person in front of you in line is experiencing food insecurity. And so I think that people should care because these are everyday people. These are children. These are grandmas. These are grandpas. Oftentimes we hear from seniors that they just can't get out. They're not cooking for themselves. We had an older gentleman who was adding water to a can of soup because he couldn't get out of his home to provide food for himself.
Yeah.
And so I would just encourage people to check on your neighbor. You never know who's sitting next to your kid in class and hasn't ate. So people should care because it's people that you interact with every single day.
Yes, yeah. So if you want to learn more and donate, how can they do so?
Yeah, you can visit daretocare.org. You can learn more about our organization there. You can also donate there, and you can also donate at checkout. So you can round up at checkout.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for talking to me today, Alexis.
Thank you.
All right, everyone's got to eat, so if you want to help out your local community, I would donate to Dare to Care and Kroger here. If you guys want to learn more, you can go on to WHS 11's website. We have all the info needed there.